There we go. All right, there we go. We're live. Look at there. Give it a little bit for some peoples to join, and we'll start right in. Beautiful morning. Looks like we're gonna have a couple of good trades right off the bat. See, let me get this. Oh man, that's there we go. Make sure the video. Cool. All right, if you're joining us, there is a link in the description box below that you can join the Discord to learn how to trade. Excuse me. To learn how to trade, we're going to go over the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and some other coins. And then we'll jump right into the Binance coins to see if we can look for a trade over there on the altcoins, and then we'll be done for the day. But if you would like to join Discord, you can. Just the links in the description box below, and you can start your education and trading right off the bat. Right now it's free, but it won't be free for long. So if you want to get free education, go ahead and join. With that, let's just jump in right into it. Let me delete all the alerts, and we will look at those alerts when they come in. Let's see, Bitcoin. Let's go to the day chart, see how it looks. Oh, I wanted to, before I start that, TradingView has a new technical indicator where it is the patterns, where it has the bullish, the bullish flag, the bearish flag, bullish flag, double bottom chart, top of the chart patterns, Elliott wave patterns. All these, I had them on my charts over the weekend. They're not that great. They need a little bit of tweaking to do to fix them. But again, this just shows you that human beings have a better understanding of chart patterns. These they're good to try to identify the pattern if you can't see it, but they didn't do really well. So, but on the day chart, what do we have? We have looks like a diamond. Let's see if I can make one of those with two. See if I can make one of those with the that's a diamond pattern. That means that we're probably going to head back down. Usually on the diamond patterns, what happens, wherever the breakout happens, that's where it comes back down to. That doesn't mean that it's going to do that, but that's just the rule. And that pattern is right there. So this is a diamond pattern, clear. It can go as far out as it wants. You can even make it a little bit higher high, and you just adjust your diamond as you go. But this is a diamond pattern, and that usually does break downwards. The problem we have right now, if you are looking to go that, is that you have your EMA almost parabolic on you. So that EMA will be a magnet for the price action. So if it does break down below it while your EMA is just like steadily going up, well, it's gonna suck that price action back over there. But yeah, that's clear as day, a diamond pattern on the day chart. That's we'll actually put that into the Discord. Sorry, excuse me. Just put all the cool patterns that we find over there. Remove that. Let's go down to the 4-hour chart. You can see the 4-hour chart. Usually when stuff starts going along this zero line, along the 0 line and around the 50 line, that's where you got to be careful, because you'll have a lot of movement. The bears and the bulls will start fighting, and then you don't want to get caught on the wrong side. So what you really want to wait for is the breakout to happen. You can see if you zoom in on here, we have red, black, red. Next one, who knows what it's going to be. It looks like if it does close now, it'll be, this one will be red. Next one, who knows what it's going to be, black or whatnot. But let's see. So yeah, and you're going against them, or you're going right along both moving averages, the 0 line, and you're just barely above the 50 line over there on the momentum indicator. That tells you that we're fixing to have a nice little movement. Most likely, I don't know if any news is coming out this week or not, but some news coming out this week that's probably going to give us an idea of which way that's going to go. That doesn't mean we can't trade. We just go to a lower time frame and try to scalp it. So here's the 2-hour chart. Everything is pushing down. It looks like we're still above the 0 line. That doesn't mean that much to us because we trade on the 20-minute chart, and we go to the 20-minute chart. And now we get into a little bit stickier situation. We have a shoulder. Looks like we have a head. We're going to come form another shoulder. Let's go ahead and mark that. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but the idea behind looking at these charts is that you want to identify patterns, so in case they do fulfill, you'll be able to play it out the way that you think that it's going to be played out. So here's the left shoulder. Here's your head. Have a decent sized head. I'll fix that here in a second. Now we have this. Now we have a little movement up, maybe. And then we have this down here. Let me fix this. Turn off this magnet. There we go. So you can see that we have a shoulder, we have a head that's pretty tall. And now we have a forming a right shoulder. Is that going to form? We'll see. We'll have to see. It looks like it will form because we're below the moving averages, and we'll come up there and test that those moving averages. So this is on the 20-minute chart too. So if we come up and we test those moving averages, I usually 100% of the time go short on it. At least for a little scalp. But if you can catch that movement, if it does fulfill the right shoulder and you catch that movement, that's really good profit. And I'll show you how to measure it. So how you measure this is you go from the top of the head to the neck line, and if it does break out, that's going to break out that way, and that is going to be your target there. Going to be your target right there. If it does break out like that, we really want this right shoulder to be formed, and that would give us a great idea. So what we really want is these indicators to push up a little bit, come up here and form it. What we don't want to do is we don't want to make it higher high. But if we do make a higher high, that's okay, because then we have another pattern. We have a double top pattern. So that's what we're looking for right now, and on Bitcoin on the 20-minute chart. So if it comes up here and we touch those areas, by all means, that's where we're going to go short at. Let me save it and put it into the Discord. I need to make a channel for just the charts. Let me see if I already have one. Beginner material, trading material. Let me see. I don't think I have one. Announcements. I can put in announcements. That's what we'll do. We'll put it, everything that's in the announcement channel is not a trading idea or trading setup. It is what we're watching. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Let me see. Good morning. The human brain is great with identifying patterns. That's how our ancestors survived. Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine being way back during the caveman times and trying to create a wheel and you have a square? So it's a good thing. Look, we didn't get quite close to that moving average, but it got rejected pretty soon. But anyway, let's go back. All right, so that's what it looks like on Ethereum. Man, yeah. So when this happens, you got to have patience. So you either get your entry that you want, or you pass on it, or you have two options. You can do that one. You can get your entry that you're looking for, touching those EMAs, and then be done with it, and that would be your entry. Or if you start getting close enough where you think that it's going to where you think that it's going to not get to there, you can start staggering in. You can start taking small positions and then add it up to your original position, and you can dollar cost average that way. I do that sometimes, but most of the time I either, if it gets to my target, or I don't go in. I'll just wait for the next one. And if I do miss my original target, I wait for the next entry, and that next entry is going to be when it breaks down below this neckline and retest that neckline. So that's what we're waiting on. But if it does touch that EMA, yeah, that's pretty good. So here's a trade that I did last night. Here's a trade that we did last night. We broke below the both EMAs, but look what happened. Everything turned red on us. That means that's a everyday setup, and it's 0.67. We targeted 0.67 on there because we did 1-to-1, and you can see that we hit it, maxed out at 1.25 at 5x. That's really good. But let's delete this because that was a good trade last night. So what do we have here? We have the same thing we have going on over there, just a littler one. We have a little shoulder. We have actually a better looking head over here. And what are we going to do? Are we going to form the shoulder over here? If that does form, that's going to be really good for us. But let's go to the 2-hour chart, see what 2-hour chart looks like. Yeah, 2-hour chart's selling off pretty hard. What is it? Down 0.773 in the middle. What do we have? Like 20 minutes left. Oh yeah, let me make this smaller. So I can see the chat. There we go. So I don't have to look all the way across the screen. All right. Yeah, so on the 2-hour chart, on the 2-hour chart, see these indicators will work on the 2-hour charts, but you're gonna have to use pretty decent size stop losses because you'll have a bunch of people FOMOing in, and so that means it's gonna push against you right off the bat. And you know this because that's what it usually does happen. People, the late people into the game usually FOMOing in on there. But if we zoom out, what do we see? We have these big long dips. We have the big rises, big dips. But what do we have? We had just one big old channel. That's all we have right now. Turn back on my magnet. We have one big channel going on here, and that's what it is. Probably can go all the way back over here too. That's what that channel is. And the same way that you mark, we'll check those in a second. The same way that you mark that is you mark from the top of your channel to the bottom of your channel, and whichever way that it breaks out. It came into the box. Usually the way that it comes in is usually the way that it's going to go out. So in theory, this should push up 7.55%. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but that's usually how you mark it. That's the 2-hour chart. I will put that in there. Let's just go check these indicators first. These things. So what do we have right here? We have a bunch of movement going on. We have both at the EMAs. We're late into the game. This is where it should have, this is where we should have taken the position at, right there. And we should be 0.4, 0.5, 0.48 in profit right now. You're late to that, so I would just hold off on that. Again, if we don't get into it right away, we wait. That's what we do. We wait for the proper entry. Another alert that we got was on XRP, and XRP made a nice little upward movement just over here. Now we come back down. Looks like we're going to test this moving average. When your moving averages are far away like this, far apart from each other, you can usually take a position inside, as long as they're spreading apart like this. You can take that position anytime in here and go long, because you know that the momentum is on your side. So if we have a nice deep sell-off and it comes down here into what I call the kill zone, you'll be able to do that. When you want to worry about it is when they start going sideways like this, then they'll start ping-ponging around. Like right here, it came into it, started ping-ponging around, but look what happened. Your moving average started pushing downwards. That's not happening right here. This is all pushing up, so anything in there is going to do that. For example, like right here they are. Here's your pushing up. Now look how far this one dipped. It dipped 2%. You could have taken that position. You could have taken that position for a scalp. You know that you're going to be going against the trend, but they're far apart from each other. So you know that you could take that position and you could have a little scalp going on right there, as long as they're pushing down. Same thing right here. You have your white line just completely pushing down, came up here and tested it, touched it, and look what happened. It got rejected by it. So these are not trend changing positions. These are more of a scalp, a quick, easy scalp for you to do. But they're easy to do. This one is far apart. So if this does have a nice deep sell off, like 1% or 2 or 3 or wherever into this kill zone, oh yeah, you could take that all day long. I usually have a buy order when I see this in here on MT5. I usually put a buy order in here, and I'll just continuously move it every single 20 minutes. And if we do have a deep sell-off on there, we'll get it. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, it's easy, quick, great profits to be made. All right, so those are not it. So let's go back to our charts. Here is, I think we're on the 2-hour chart. Yeah, so here's your rectangle. Move this. So that is going to be your movement. So if we break downwards, let me see if I can change this. Maybe I should, yeah, there we go. There, we can put that on top. Okay, I think it was 6, somewhere right there. Yeah, so you can see that this is the this is where you're going to want to target when this breaks out. And this thing could go sideways for quite a while, because look, it's already been going sideways for how long? It's already been going sideways for almost 10 days, almost 11 days. So don't think that you're going to get an entry anytime soon off of this breakout. It could happen, but this is a 2-hour chart, and we got a long ways to go before we get to the breakout point of this. But the theory is that the way that it came in is the way that it's going to go out, and that does happen about 50% of the time. So just be cautious of that. It will break out and retest it though, so that's why that's where you want to get your entry at. Breaks out, comes back down and retest it, doesn't enter back into it and closes into it, comes back down and tests it, and then goes back up. Did I put this in Discord? Nope. I'll put this one in Discord too, so we can watch it. Yeah. All right. Look at that. This is another trade that we did last night. We came down here and hit our target, and then we did the 80-20, and it looks like I just got stopped out on it. It's the 20% in profit though, so I mean that's good. So, and look, it pumped up on you pretty hard, and everything's pushing down. What do you have? You have a divergence on there. So if you have a divergence on there, and you wanted to take what you call it, a little position, there's nothing wrong with that. Look at this thing pumping up on you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a position, a small position right there. Give me a second so I can do it on over here. And this is a good shorting position on here. Anytime that it pumped up 0.28% in a short period of time. That's amazing opportunities, and we just happened to catch it, and that's super good for us. And we just wait, because usually when it does pump up like this, all your moving averages are heading down, and all your moving averages heading down. We have this little histogram that pushed up on us, but your momentum is down. Your momentum is almost pointing straight down to the ground. You see this, anytime you see this, this is a really good opportunity to take a position. See right here, when it started pumping up, you wouldn't want to go short because everything's pushing up on you. Here, everything's pushing down on you, so this is a good gamble for you to do. And you just get in there, you take your position, you take it where we have it at, and what is my entry price? 93.88. 93.88. So that's the entry that I got. Right now we are 0.3 into profit, but it's still messing around over there. And look what happened. Look what over here we have. We have everything above this. Everything from here up is going to be a divergence as long as we don't make a higher high. And those are easy to take every day of the week. So what we do is we take at 0.5. Actually, we're there. So I'm going to do the 80-20. Just give me a second. I'm going to take off 80%, and I'm going to let the other ride, and I'm going to let it ride at the break even thing. So give me 1 second, and I will do it. And if you do take this position, if you did take this position and you make profit off of it, if you don't mind putting the how much you made in the Discord, that gives me a chance to advertise. Cross up. I mean, I need to go here. Got to pull the little code for us. So this way, when it does go past there, it will give us a notification and you little booger. I gotta move it over. I forgot. I always forget that. I have to move it to the 5-minute chart. But yeah, this is easy money on there. We just happen to catch it, and that happens quite often, just so you know. It happens quite often in cryptocurrency. Hold on. There we go. It should be set now. I always forget that you have to go to the lower time frames so it doesn't trigger. And if we come back up there, we come back up here and we test this over here, then guess what? We get stomped out on for 20%. But what we do, we turn around and reshort this bad boy, because this little pump up 2%, it's not, that doesn't stay there. All right, let's keep going. Pretty good stuff though. Already 1 for 1, and we only been on live for 25 minutes. And let's see if we have. See, we tried to break down. Now we're trying to form that right shoulder. We'll keep an eye on that before we jump off. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, you can hear the music. That's awesome. Good times. Here's XTZ. XTZ, we have a pennant or a flag, whatever you want to call it. Let me see if I have it on here. Yeah, it's not gonna work. But we can draw it like this. I know there's a drawing tool on here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's see if I can find something better. Guess we just have to draw some trend lines. Hold on. Stop. Man. Turn this off. You can see that we have this. There we go. So we have that going on for us too. So we'll keep an eye on that. And let's go look at our Litecoin. Look at that. Right now we're at 1.08 off of it. Again, that is easy money just by catching it on there. You got to recognize that right away. You know that your indicators are pushing down. Momentum is king, not price action, in my opinion. I know a lot of people say that price action is king. In my opinion, I think momentum is, because momentum will always lead price. And if we get all the way down there at 5x, 10%, I'll be done for the day. I'll be able to go out and just take another nap or something. I don't know. Where were we? All right, so here we are. I'm gonna go get me a cup of coffee. Just give me a second, and I'll be right back. Turn off my camera. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. go. All right. Keep on going. See right here, we wouldn't want to take this short on there because we're pushing up, but also this is pushing down and they're going against each other. So we want to wait for that to happen. The reason why the Litecoin was good is because it was at the zero line and your momentum was pushing down. So we really want it to match or be neutral, because then you'll have a fight going on. Right now we're at 1.148 or 1.14. 1.1, yep, 1.14. And if we can catch that and ride it all the way down to back to where it broke out at, it's good stuff right there. All right, let's go. Keep on going. Did we have any more alerts? Oh no, that's the other thing. All right, so here, what do we got going on? See, this is where people usually will get in trouble also. We have the momentum upwards and then it breaks back down. As long as it's far away from your moving averages, remember the moving averages are going to be a mead that's going to pull that price to it. Doesn't mean it's going to come all the way down right away, but it's going to pull that to the price to it. So right here, this would have been a good one. Everything turned red on you. Your target would have been the moving average. That's without a doubt. Bitcoin Cash, I'm not a fan of trading it because it moves craziness and it has too many gaps. So gap ups and gaps downs. Here's another one right here. You wouldn't want to short this one on Doge, even though that it had a nice little pump up. The reason why you didn't want to trade that one, short it, going against it, is because like the momentum is upwards. So right here, somewhere in here is where you really want to have an entry position at. So dun 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 dun. ATM. Yeah, see, if we would have saw sold, that would have been a beautiful one. Everything pushing down, we come back up here and test that moving average all day long. That's, what is that, almost a 50.5% movement. Now, if it comes up here and touches the white moving average, man, that'd be great. Here's a prime example of it breaking up there, testing that moving average, and look what happens. Your moving average is pushing down when you're... We'll go check those out here in a second. But here is your moving average is pushing downwards. It's straight down on a horizontal line. And if your price action touches it, these are worth taking all the time. Wow, look at this little sell-off on Matt. 6.33%. Good times. All right, let's go look at the... look, we came up there. All right, come on, update. Look, we came up into there, just like we said, and now look what happened. Now where's your target? We came back, we tested it, we're underneath it. We're gonna still probably come up here and mess with this a little bit, but look what happens. We predicted that it was going to do that at the beginning of the video, and look what happened. It almost came up there, if not, how far is that away? Let's look. We missed our entry by 0.1%. Why did 0.1% we missed our entry, a perfect entry? If we would have stayed on Bitcoin, we would have taken this movement, because look, your moving average is pushing straight down. You came up here, you tested all this, you broke above it. It's not going to stay there because your momentum is downwards. And but look, it formed the shoulder. Now we're gonna try to have some junk like this, most likely, and then we're gonna come back down. This is where our target's going to be at. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. We're just in a big triangle there. Let's go look at these, and then um, we'll jump into the altcoins. So we don't want to take anything right now because we really want to have a deep histogram, and we want to be in the gray zones. Remember, the middle gray zones are only for continuation, and that continuation would be down right now. We're in a downward movement, even though that we had this little fella, this little junk right here. The movement is downwards. So if we want to have a continuation in the middle, that's what we're going to look for. Other than that, we want to be in these gray zones when we turn around on the charts, because that's going to give us the best opportunity to ride that movement up. Litecoin, we just had that alert, and not now. What we do is we first of all we wait right here, but then we can start moving it down after a little bit, where everything's still pushing down on the momentum indicator. So we'll just wait on there. We've already taken off 80% of it. If we get closed out in 20%, we still made really good money. So Litecoin, XLM, everything's pushing up. If we have a deep pull into this white moving average, then we'll take that position. Let's delete those. Let's go to Binance coins. And what I like to do is I like to see which ones changed the most. So here's KDM. Man, if I would have seen this, I would have taken this position. These are worth gambling all the time. Here's another one, 20% up. Here's your 20% up. Here's your movement down. And look right here. Here's where your divergence was. We had an upward movement, downward movement, divergence. You could ride that all the way back down. Oh, let's change it to the 2-hour chart. And look what we have here. That price action is going to come all the way back down here because your momentum is pushing down. Unless we make a higher high on there, then we're just going to be there. But if it gets up in here into these wicks, oh yeah, that's a good place to short. Or I mean, it's already dropped 5.5%. It's crazy. WTC, man, I used to scalp this one back in the day. This one moves stupid, high, quick. You can have all these big movements up here. Let's see if we go back and see. All these big movements. Look at this. Look, all these big wicks that move up, it never stays there. It never stays there. It always dumps on people. You have a big wick, look what happened. Dumps on you. Look at this. Big wicks, dump. More big wicks, dump on you. So you pick up on those patterns the more you watch these coins, and you'll be able to understand. We had a nice little pump up. I wonder if there's any good if there's news that's coming out today with all these pumps. Here's a movement upwards. This is AGL. Looks like we're fixing to get stopped out on. We're pretty close to get stopped out on our 20% off of Litecoin. But that's okay because we'll retake that position short when it goes back up and test that high right there. We'll keep an eye on it. Right here, that's going to hit a brick wall when it gets there. If it pushes above it and this stays right there, I mean, you have a divergence on both of those right there. Nope, Litecoin's dropping, so we still good in our position. Here's another one that pumps quite often and dumps on people. It's good times. This little gap down junk. Gotta be careful with those. Rare, a nice little pump up. Man, see, so you really want to have, if you have a continuation, you really want it to be in the same favor with you. So here's a breakdown. Everything's pushing down. You have a little correction or a little upward movement, just a small correction, and then look what happens. It continues downwards. If you can see these and you can identify those are absolutely beautiful to catch those movements. I thought Shiba was going to make everybody bazillionaires. Such a trashy coin. Let's look at look how far it went up there. Let's see how much it's down from its all-time high. Yeah, just 88% of your profits are lost when Elon Musk started pumping it. Not too bad. Bet you he didn't. I bet you he ain't holding it from that point. He dumped it on everybody. So that's another thing that you got to be patient for when the mainstream media is pushing a coin or a big whale is pushing a coin, it's not for you. It's for him or her to dump on you. He or she's trying to get profit. So they're trying to pump that coin so they can close all their positions out so they can dump it on everybody else. Here's a nice little mob coin jumping up. Look at this big old movement. 18% when it closed at 18%. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to gamble the $100 gamble that I teach or that I do that I show you. There's no reason not to do that. That thing pays off more times than you than losing. Now we're getting into dead zone right now. Everything's starting to be broke even. So now let's go see what we. Well, this coin's just dumping on everybody. 15.16% in a 2 hour candlestick. Didn't even come close to trying to recover. But you know what you have? You have organic growth here, so that's pretty good. So that just tells you that we're probably going to come way back down there. Yeah. See, look what happened last time it did it. Came right back down to where it started, and that's probably what's going to happen now. It's going to come back down to the 1.44 area. Come on. Super close to our stop loss on Litecoin again on MT5. That trade there, I've already closed out that trade and it's because I'm 5xing it. So I have $32 profit that I closed out times five. What is that? 150, I think. Let's see, 32 times five, 160. I have $160 profit taken out already, and I have 20. That's already in the bank, $160 profit, and I have 20%. And if the 20% gets close, because I put it 0.04 below my entry price, so I can minimize the fees on there because that means we'll break even. But if it close out, that's another $4 times five, which is another $20. So as of right now, off of that Litecoin trade, if I close it out, I'll be $180 in less than 15 minutes, less than 20 minutes, just live trading. That's more than a full time job if you work 8 hours a day. What is full? I think full time is 925. I think here in Texas times eight. Yeah, $74 you made. And right now, if we get stopped out on Litecoin, right now we made $180. See, trading is the way to go. As long as you have a good mentor and you learn to be patient and you learn the charts and how to identify stuff, and patience is the key to trading. It's not a note identifying the patterns because that's super simple. It just takes practice and going over it. But if you want to replace your full-time job, this is the way to do it. Trading is super easy, especially when you have a team and you're getting all this for free right now. I mean, it's easy to trade. You just got to be patient. That's the key. Wait for the entry. And if you miss an entry, you're going to miss more entries than you are going to take because you can't monitor 2,000 cryptocurrencies. So that's why on MT5 we only put a handful of them in there. We only put a handful of them in there and we just monitor those. The ones we think that are going to be the most prosperous. And then we just play with these on live trading. But already, right now, it looks like I'm really close to getting stopped out for real, for real. But if I do, I make $180 clear after fees, after the because MT5, all the exchanges charge you fees. So after the fees and everything, I profit in your pocket $180. Almost got stopped out, but it didn't get stopped out yet. Oh, there we go. This Litecoin's dipping again. It's good stuff. Nice little pump up. Now everything's just dumping on you. Where's all this money coming from? Oh, did you see that the president of Kenya is telling people to drop the dollar? Do you know how fantastic it is? And this is going to sound horrible because I'm American, but you know how fantastic it is if the United States dollar crashes and then you're in crypto because everything's used around the world in United States dollar. And if everyone's getting rid of the dollar, do you know how fantastic that is for cryptocurrency? If you're in cryptocurrency right now, you are rooting for the fiat system to just burn all the way up. See, we're super late. I wonder if I can mess with that settings a little bit. Like here's actually the good entry if you wanted that, but it wasn't red yet, right? So this is actually your true entry because everything turned red on you. I'm 4 cents away from getting stopped out on my 5 cents away from right now. getting stopped out on my Litecoin. $180 profit. If you do that every single day, that's obviously you're not going to do it every day, but $180 profit times 365 days, $65,000 a year. That is really good money. Litecoin's dropping now. Now I'm far away from my stop out. Looks like all these coins are just dropping. Let's go back to the MT5 coins. We were almost there, but we didn't get stopped out. Just good stuff. Look, man, look at that. Look. Do you see how beautiful this is? This is super beautiful. We saw it set up. We're point 0.1 away from our entry off of it. And now look where we're at. We're almost hitting our target down at the bottom. I'm gonna do a little video real quick. This is live trading this morning on Bitcoin. Let's see. All because you said you're able to identify them. That it's super simple. As soon as you learn how to identify stuff, you literally see the stuff going into action. You get to see it. Once it gets there, it gives you the confidence to be able to take that trade because you know that it's going to happen that way. And right now, or one, let's see, this is off of Litecoin. And as of right now, we're at 1.03% profit at 5x. So you're 5% profit right now on Litecoin off of live trading. Super fantastic. It's $180. And if we close out right now, we're probably over $200 profit. My goodness. So so this is another example that if you're not in a trade, everything's dumping on you. So if you're not in the trade and you didn't get able to take a trade already off of a position, you wait. You don't try to catch this fallen knife. And if you do try to catch this fallen knife, you use a very small position, like 100 or 200 bucks, and you leverage it on there. But you don't try to catch this movement down because you're almost into the gray zone where that's where we're going to try to reverse and go up on us. So if you did take a position right here, first of all, it's nuts, but doesn't mean it's not going to work out. But it's nuts to do it. But you want to take a small position. You don't want to take a full blown massive position on there, and on there. So just be careful with that. Be patient. Learn to be patient because that is the key to success in trading. You either get in at the beginning of the movements or you just wait for the next one. They happen every single day. Every single day, we trade such a small time frame of 20 minutes that you might have to wait 4 or 5 hours for your entry, but wait for the entry that's going to benefit you. You wait for it. Oh, look at Litecoin. This is so beautiful. Look at that. And look at Bitcoin fixing to hit our target. Man, good times. 2%. Look, it came back down and touched it. How did we know that? Because of momentum. If you were a price action trader, that price action pushed up on you. So if you think that this push up right here is price action is king, guess what you did? You went long. I mean, you would have made a little bit of money, but if you didn't take all your profits out, guess what happened? You're sitting negative right now. Why? Because price action is not king. Momentum is king. Momentum is the way to go. And we didn't get stopped out on our Litecoin, and that's fantastic. Now we have 20% sitting on there, and we're just riding it down, baby. That's all. Look at it just dumping. And you don't, again, if you're not in a trade right now and you just joined live and you're not in a trade, you wait for the next entry because all this crazy movement going on right now, it's going to reverse, it's going to go back up. But look at that. Right now, right now, you're at 2.83% profit. 2.83 times 5, 14% profit, and we're still going. It's good times. Bitsaurus, you trade crazy leverage. So you trade like 20, 30%. So you should probably be at almost 100% profit, right? I don't recommend that, by the way. 5, 10% is my max. I'm fine with doing 5 or 10%. But look at that. Look, bam, beautiful. Yep. All these little push-ups, we already knew that was going to come down. Anyway, let's go. Let's look at them. Oh. Right now, if I close out the Litecoin trade, right now, if I close out the Litecoin trade, I'm at 244 $244 $47, sorry, $247 profit in my pocket. I've already closed out the 80%. But what we can do is we can move this little fella down right here. So if it does, now our stop loss is right there, and we just continue to max out this profit. You can take off more off the table if you want. You don't need to. You only have 20%, so you just let it ride. But look at it. Look at it just dumping. 3.30%. Trades like that is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's and we I mean we saw it happening, so we knew this was going to happen. Especially the Bitcoin one. Look at the Bitcoin. These are the easy ones. You know that we missed our entry, like perfect entry by point one, but this is the head and shoulders. And you see that you saw this right here, and you had to use a little bit of imagination, but we saw it, and look what happens. Bam! And what are we doing? We're just selling off because whatever news is coming, we know that it's coming. But look at that. And this is 7 minutes. We're down 2% in a 20-minute chart. It's only 7 minutes, 6 minutes in this chart. and it's just selling off. And look, see right here, you know that the histogram was going this way, and look what happened. We're selling off down this way, and you know this because momentum is king, not price action. Now I know I keep beating up price action. I know some people that do make a living off of price action. It's just not my cup of tea. So if you are a price action trader and you do really good on it, that's great for you. Praise God. But it's I'm not very good at trading price action. Momentum, everything turned red and you short, everything turned green and you long. That's a lot easier for me. It takes away all the stress and all that stuff. So good times. And so right now, what do we have going on there? We have this little resistant level right here. We have this little resistant right here, so we need to break below that, stay below it, and go that way. But that's why it's bouncing around right now, because we're at a resistant level, or support level. Sorry, a support level right now. But yeah, that's it. Yep. See, these are absolutely beautiful. I teach you how to identify these and how to look for these right here, because it won't always look perfect for you. So you have to use your little bit of imagination. And there's a lot of times where you're going to set up your chart and it's not going to fulfill the head and shoulders. And guess what? It's okay. But look right here. If you did watch this, we said it was going to break out, retest it, and drop on us, and that's exactly what happened. We we clearly don't have a divergence anymore. We have lower lows and on everything, lower lows, lower lows, and price and everything. So here's your little bearish. Remember, we marked this one, and so how you mark this one is you go from the bottom to the top, and right here, here's where it broke out at. So your target is going to be down here if you did take that position. If you didn't take that position, you want to wait. You don't want to jump into anything. Patience is key in trading. But another thing is that you know that if you're trading for a living, you've already made full-time job money, and if you do have full-time job money already made, now you can go run your errands if you want, and it's barely 9:30 in the morning. It's barely 9:30 in the morning in Texas, and go do your errands, or take a nap or something. But all because you get onto a schedule, you set your schedule, you know where it's going to be. And another thing is that you know that you're trading a 20-minute chart. That means that these histograms won't turn black for probably another couple hours, unless we have like a nice little pump up. But you know that you're not going to have another trade for at least 2 hours, I would guess. At least 2 hours, if not more. So you know that you have a 2 hour break before you start doing it. And we have notifications on there. So all you have to do is wait for the notifications to come through Discord. And then guess what? You just start watching your trades again. Here's a fully engulfed one. That would have been a great one to trade. Everything's pushing down on you. Red, 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 red. Good stuff. But again, you either get in at the beginning of the movement, or you wait for your next movement. You wait for the next one. And the Ethereum one, if that does break down past that, that's a 7.5% movement. So if you break down below this triangle, or this, sorry, not triangle, this rectangle, wait for it to retest and make sure that it doesn't go in there, and it will dip on you again. So yeah, we'll wait for these these next couple of what we got, 8 more minutes, and then I mean that really there's no reason to be on live anymore because our next trade ain't gonna be for a couple hours. So we'll get off, we'll jump off here. But if you're on Discord, I'll keep an eye on it and I'll watch it. But man, dude, these are the days that you just get excited about because you see what's going on. You get into the trades and you get out and you're done. And you're still making money because we have a 20% still open on on there, and we just let it ride. And then see if I move that down right now, it's going to trigger the stop loss to Discord. Not that we got stopped out, but it's going to trigger it. So once this candle gets closed, I'm going to use this white EMA as my stop loss. And I'm going to just continue to move this every 20 minutes and down, and we're just going to ride this baby as far as we can on with 20% open on it. But isn't there still a divergence on XTZ? Let's go look at it. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't turned up quite yet. So everything's pushing down. So yeah, but if it does come down, if it does start turning up, then yeah, you'll have a bullish divergence. Everything's selling off really hard, so I would be careful with trying to trade that divergence. But yeah, you do have one on the opposite side going up on both indicators. So you can see that you do have it over there. If we start turning up in that gray zone, then we just go long, and you know that this is going to be your target up there. So, but yeah, there is one there. Good job. You can set an alert on price movement above the EMA. On which coin? Yeah, I can put it on there. Which coin are you talking about? You're talking about Litecoin, is what you're talking about. So we can get stopped out on Litecoin. Can you set an alert on price moving above? I can put an alert on there on the EMA 50. I can say, let me get my here. I can say Litecoin crosses EMA 50 once, and bam, now we'll get alerted in there. So I have to wait that because yeah, that's one thing that this dumb trading view does. So I have to wait for the next candlestick to close, but I will set that for us. I'll set that for us because right now it does it once per candlestick and it triggered already. So you'll get that into Discord right now, but yeah, I'll set it on there. We got 4 minutes, but yeah, so that's easy. Right now we're at 200, a little bit less, 237, 227, sorry, $227 profit off of the Litecoin trade. And if you had traded the Bitcoin, then you'd been in profit too. All right, well, I'm gonna jump off here. Been on here an hour. Really good trading for us. And when I'll be home all day. So when they start turning up on us, I'll jump back on live on Discord, and we'll be able to trade on there. So if you did trade and you did make profit, put it into the channel, please. Other than that, I will see everybody. If you're in Discord, I'll see you in a couple hours. And if you're not in Discord, I'll see you tomorrow on the live stream. Other than that,